Why did the Prophet ﷺ marry so many wives?
AlMaghrib Institute presents Q&A with Abdulbary Yahya.
The Prophet ﷺ did not marry anyone while he was married to Khadija. He was faithful to her, and he was with her from the age of 25 all the way until he was 50 years of age. After Khadija radiallahu anha had passed away, he was very, very respected, very handsome, very noble. If he wanted to marry other women, it would have been very easy for him. In fact, it was acceptable. He could have married 2, 4, 6, 8. He could have married any number he wanted because of who he was. Yet he didn't marry anyone. But even when he did get married to other women after the passing away of Khadija radiallahu anha, there were many reasons and there were many benefits that came about the marriage of the Prophet ﷺ to some of his wives. Like, for example, Aisha radiallahu anha. She was young, yet the reason for it is so that the ummah could benefit from her knowledge after the passing away of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who was it that narrated about the private life of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? It was no other than Aisha radiallahu anha. How would we have known some of the things that he did at home and how he spent his time with his wives, except through the narrations from Aisha radiallahu anha? And of course, there are other wives that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam married, but like, for example, Sauda, he married her when she needed someone. She was in Abyssinia, and she was separated from her husband, and she was no longer living with her husband, and there was no one to take care of her. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the Prophet to marry him. And she was an old woman. She was a very old woman who had previously been married. And so he was not marrying for lust or anything like that. For if he wanted to do so, he could have done so even before all of this. And also, another example is Juwayriyah. Juwayriyah was a blessing for her family, for her tribe, for her people. Why? Because when the Prophet ﷺ married her, thousands upon thousands of people became Muslim and they accepted Islam. How? Well, we're going to discuss the marriage of the Prophet ﷺ and some of the benefits of it in the upcoming class known as Homecoming, the Medina period of the Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ.